In Act 4, Scene 3 of Macbeth, the setting shifts to England, where Malcolm, the son of the murdered King Duncan, is talking to Macduff, a Scottish nobleman who has left Scotland in hopes of finding support to overthrow Macbeth. Malcolm is cautious, unsure whether he can trust Macduff, as he fears Macduff might be a spy for Macbeth. To test Macduff's loyalty, Malcolm pretends to be even more wicked than Macbeth. He claims that if he were king, he would be a terrible ruler, full of greed and desire, bringing even more chaos to Scotland. Macduff is horrified by Malcolm's supposed faults, believing them to be true. He begins to lose hope for Scotland, expressing sadness and despair that there seems to be no one left who can save the country from Macbeth's tyranny. Malcolm, however, is moved by Macduff's genuine sorrow and reveals the truth. He was lying about his faults to test Macduff's loyalty. Malcolm explains that he is actually a good person and that he has no such vices as he described. He did this only to make sure Macduff wasn't there on behalf of Macbeth. Relieved, Macduff expresses his loyalty to Malcolm and his determination to free Scotland from Macbeth's cruel reign. At this point, an English doctor arrives, informing Malcolm that King Edward is miraculously curing people who are sick. The mention of King Edward's healing powers serves as a contrast to Macbeth's destructive rule, suggesting that a true king brings peace and healing to his people, unlike Macbeth, who brings only harm. This comparison reminds Malcolm and Macduff of the kind of leadership Scotland deserves. Just then, Ross, another Scottish nobleman, arrives from Scotland and updates them on the worsening conditions there. He speaks of the violence, suffering, and despair spreading across the land under Macbeth's rule. People live in fear, and there's a general sense of dread and hopelessness. Initially, Ross hesitates to share more distressing news with Macduff. However, when pressed, he finally reveals that Macbeth's men have killed Macduff's wife, children, and everyone in his household. This news is devastating for Macduff. He is grief-stricken and overcome with guilt for leaving his family unprotected while he sought help in England. Malcolm encourages Macduff to channel his sorrow and anger into a desire for revenge against Macbeth. He urges Macduff not to let his grief weaken him but instead to use it as fuel to defeat Macbeth and restore Scotland's rightful leadership. Macduff, shaken but resolute, accepts Malcolm's words, vowing to confront Macbeth and make him pay for his cruelty. By the end of the scene, Malcolm and Macduff are united in the determination to bring down Macbeth. Malcolm is ready to reclaim his father's throne, and Macduff is driven by both patriotism and personal vengeance. They plan to join forces with the English army that King Edward has offered to support their cause. Together, they prepare to return to Scotland and lead a rebellion against Macbeth. This scene is crucial because it solidifies Malcolm's and Macduff's alliance and sets the stage for the final conflict between them and Macbeth. It also shows the devastating impact of Macbeth's rule on individuals like Macduff, adding an emotional depth to the upcoming confrontation. This scene highlights themes of loyalty, sacrifice, and justice, illustrating the struggles of the characters as they grapple with personal loss and a sense of duty. It's a turning point that brings hope, as Malcolm and Macduff's determination signifies the beginning of a serious challenge to Macbeth's tyranny.